if you want Boix. That'd be totally cool. So this is Kero Blaster. This is another game by Studio Pixel. It was released in August of last year. July for Japan. Hello, Boix. Yeah, this is Frog Fractions 2. This is the secret sequel to the incredible game Frog Fractions. I'm ready to start whenever the timer is.
Alright, I'll count you on.
Sorry.
3.
Oh, okay, yeah, go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So you guys already missed the first skip of the run. Basically, normally the game prompts you and says, is this your first time playing? And it's a little text box that you answer no to. Otherwise it puts you in the tutorial. But if you load up the game for the first time, it doesn't ask you that, it just assumes that it's your first time and doesn't put you in the tutorial for some reason. So we just skipped like 3 seconds of non-gameplay. But yeah, this is a game about a frog, and you have a gun, and you shoot wildlife. There's not much more to it.
You might even say the gun is a blaster.
Oh my gosh. So we're shooting these grass and these tumbleweeds and stuff for chances at coins. We need 2 coins before the first shop, or 2 random coin drops before the first shop, rather. Because we're gonna get 8 from a chest later on, and that's gonna give us the upgrader to this dinky little pea shooter we've got. So we only have 1, so hopefully this enemy drops 1. And he did, alright. 1 health's a little sketchy, so I'm gonna kill this plant. And I got a heart drop anyway, so it's cool. That jump is barely possible. It's not supposed to be possible, but you can kind of jump after you've started falling off the ledge. And so this is a repeater. It does double damage and it shoots a lot farther and a lot faster. And it destroys these enemies that took a long time to destroy before. And these little purple dragons, they pop out at you. But if you kind of jump with them, you can take care of them pretty easily. We're getting pretty good coin drops. We're gonna need coins throughout the entire run for upgrades and stuff. We're gonna take a secret path to a chest that has 5 coins. And also the coins that drop from chests go in random locations. So that doesn't really have an effect on the run, but if you get super unlucky somehow, you could miss some. That's never happened to me, but it's theoretically possible. So the gun auto fires, right? It also fires every time you hit the button. So if by mashing you can do a lot of damage. As you can see with this boss, he has like phases. The goal is to 3-cycle him, which it looks like we're going to do. And I'm going to use a damage invulnerability period on this last phase.
You also want to try and like maneuver him towards the door.
Yeah. Obviously it's optimal to end the fight towards the door. And this is the fan. It tells you that it's really good in water, but I mean, it works in water. It's not really that useful, considering the range is so short. And there's not a lot of enemies we need to deal with in water in this immediate area anyway. If Wolsk is feeling so inclined that he makes a frog bag emote, that would be pretty cool. So we got the heart jar. That's pretty much just like the life pot from Cave Story, in that it heals you, but only heals you when you die. It's not an active item like the one in Cave Story. So I don't know if you noticed, but the fan also hits underneath you. So when I was jumping at those purple dragons, I could actually kill them while they were still on the ground. And here we're going up this plant to get some coin drops. Those were kind of bad coin drops, but it's not the worst. We need 42 coins by the next shop because we're going to buy an upgrade to our fan and an upgrade to our health. There's a hidden speed tech here where you switch weapons to the beat of the music.
We didn't mention it, but it also works that way in Cave Story as well.
Yes. We're too busy memeing in Cave Story to mention it.
The most important part of the run is the swag backwards switching to the music.
Yeah, oh yeah, I didn't explain it, but on that screen the birds chase you, but they only spawn in the direction you're facing, so you can just moonwalk away from them. And so the upgrade we just got is not that good of an upgrade, but we need it to upgrade into the best weapon in the game later on. And we're gonna walk backwards from birds again. So we're gonna try a pretty cool strat where you jump off heads here. I missed the second one. The first jump is about a 4-frame window, the other one, it depends. Because you have to press jump, not just hold jump on those heads. You have to press jump like the instant you hit them. The first one, I timed it using DX Tori and Sony Vegas. It's about 4 frames. The second one, it depends on the position of you and that floating guy. This boss isn't that exciting. You just kind of like take damage from him and mash, and he dies. And again, we're finishing him close to the exit of the boss arena. You're gonna make Frog Bag for this game? Thank you, Rogue Dark Jedi.
Nice.
Dude, sick.
I can't wait to see that on the stream layout. I don't know if you guys have been noticing as far as this story goes, but Miss Cat President person has been getting fatter and purpler as it's been going along, and she's basically turning crazy from all these black things, and there's some deep lore related reason that they're important, but we don't really care because we're speedrunners.
It's a little rude of you to point that out about her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying you probably should have kept that to yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a damage from here on the spikes because we don't need any health in this area. We're not gonna take damage. Again, we're opening this safe for coins that we need later on. This pink bat, he summons his friends, but I'm gonna kill him before he does that. And yeah, you saw he died from a bubble as I was walking away from him. It's pretty swag. That's the only one you can kill without having to stop moving. Oh, I did take damage because I wasn't being careful. But I got a heart anyway, so it's like it didn't even happen. So by the end of the game, we're only going to be getting one more weapon upgrade and one health upgrade, maybe 2, depending on how my coins are sitting. That was a really good mole fight. So you're limited to 2 shots on the screen at the same time with the fan, which is the screen weapon I have, but you can get more on you can't get more on the screen, but you can get a better density of shots by jumping at him.
Yeah, that was a really good mole fight. You'll know like it's kind of bad if he jumps back.
Yeah. If he jumps up and summons a bunch of rocks, that's bad. Oh.
Yeah, that's really fast.
I jumped onto some spikes. So much for not taking damage. We just won't take damage on the fish. Oh, oh. Alright, I'm gonna be bad at this game and collect that heart drop.
Yeah.
So that was just basically a safety heart. I took like 2 damage in this area when you're only supposed to take that 1 at the very beginning, but I didn't get punished for it, fortunately. So this fish has an enrage where he'll pause at some point, and where we kill him on the screen is pretty important. I'm not going to be killing him as like optimally at the very beginning, just so that he doesn't so that he enrages in the most convenient spot for me. That was a good fish fight. And we collect this jetpack riding the bubble, and we're gonna float down during the getting the jetpack cutscene, and we're gonna ride the bubble all the way back up. That saves like 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, very
Because
smooth.
swimming through the water is really slow. Cat bag. Cat frog bag. Fish bag. So I think they're telling us that the president took a turn for the worse or something like that. And we have to go get some more teleporters or something, because that's basically our job. We need to like clear off the teleporters of these like black little blobs with red eyes. Kero bag. So the jetpack we just got, it's kind of like the Booster 2 in Cave Story. It makes you move really fast, and it allows for some pretty cool platforming skips later on. Well, actually coming up right away. I don't know why I said later on, but we're gonna jump off this guy's head and jump onto this tire. And up to this chest, that gives us 140 coins. And conveniently, we would have to get this chest anyway. I actually have the perfect number of coins. So yeah, that skip is only barely possible with the Booster 2.0, the jetpack. Gosh, I'm still in Cave Story mode.
It's a good mode to be in.
It's not wrong. Again, it's just the mole fight. The mini bosses are incredibly weak in this game. Oh, oops, need that one. Like I said, we have exactly enough coins for the final weapon upgrade in the game. And this is by far the most drastic upgrade in the game. It goes from doing 3 damage per hit to 8, and it does damage very wide like this. And it's really useful for clearing out these orange things that are blocking the moving platforms. This is an angry safe, but we kill him anyway, because we want his coins. Kill that enemy and he breaks into two pieces. Not the president. No, the president. So the intended strat is to make that wheel go, and I used the heart jar. That's unfortunate. I had a weird pattern of those little orbs. But what I was saying, you're intended to use the wheel to clear out all these enemies, but you can kind of maneuver in between them. I did a pretty bad job of it.
Ideally, you keep a life pod till the end of the game, but it's not too common for that to happen.
Yeah.
This game is very difficult, actually. One speedrunning it, because you're just very underleveled
Yeah.
on what you would need, so...
Like in old router, this game used to level up the fire to level 2, and that just destroys through everything. I like skateboard bag.
Still only use that old route.
I mean, it's not a bad route. I got a low 29 with it. The world record is 28:41, by the way.
By
me.
Draculantern.
Yes.
But yeah, like they were saying, losing the life pot isn't that big of a deal because we can buy another one later on, and there's a ton of places to get a lot of coins. Like you saw at the very beginning, we were struggling to get 1 or 2 coins to level up the repeater. But there'll be enemies later on that drop 99 coins. And a few of the mini bosses drop a ton of coins later on as well. So Kero got hurt. And he got stitched up, and he's okay now. That bro is popping a wheelie. Not if I have anything to say about it. We just got the best item in the game. It's the Dapper Jacket. And it's Dapper. Our goal is to not lose it. Basically, it just absorbs 1 hit for us. That's all it does. It's 1 temporary health. Yeah, but it's Dapper, so that's the important part.
That is actually very important.
Yeah. So the lore reasons for getting it, the jacket, are very apparent because it's a snow level. And we're gonna kill some refrigerators to hopefully get coins because we need to get Heartjar back. He didn't drop any. It's okay though. Like I said, we try to get them where we can, but it's not that big of a deal because there's plenty of places to farm them later, and it doesn't even take that long of a time to farm them up. I lost the jacket. It's okay though.
This game was after Cave Story. In fact, it only came out middle of last year.
So with some tight maneuvering, we can get around the enemies in there. I'm going to forego that 50 coin bag to go a little bit faster there, because jumping off the fridge's head is a pretty tight window. This boss is very random. We basically don't want to see him go to the top vent at all, but we got him. In my PB, I get a 1 round on him, which basically means that he moves from one of the lowest vents to the other lowest vent. That's really rare for that to happen. Oh, whoops. I don't need weapons. I'm getting another health upgrade here, as well as getting the Dapper, because we're a Dapper Frog, I guess. And we lose it immediately. If it's not apparent on this screen, the wind is constantly pushing against us, and that means we pretty much can only move forward when we're boosting, otherwise we'll start to get carried backwards. So you need the jetpack. And I'm just holding the fire up because the enemies are pretty weak, and the fire does a ton of damage even on its own. There's a pretty tricky platform skip coming up, or actually 2 of them right in a row. We can barely sneak under this guy. And then with a well-timed boost you can get up there. Oh, I messed up.
That is also another pretty tricky boost.
Oh.
Well, I meant the shortcut anyway.
Yeah, the shortcut boost. Not the one I failed.
Yeah,
that one's pretty easy.
Not the one you missed, yeah.
This boss is really random. Or he seems really random on your first playthrough. But, oh. I'm actually going to have to restart here, because I messed up the setup. Sorry about that. That's only a few seconds. So we're gonna try to manipulate his position to go like really low, so that we can just mash here with the quad. And there you just saw how powerful the quad is. And we got the worst luck possible on him, which is a 3-round.
And this is why this boss is stupid.
Yeah, the amount of damage you can do to him per round is random. It's dependent on his vines. You're supposed to only be able to do 60 damage to him per round, but it doesn't count the damage that you do to him while he's sticking out his vines.
Ugh.
So if you get lucky, you can 1-round him, and I mean like really lucky. It's pretty rare to get a 1-round. It happens like maybe 20% of the time. Oh yeah, I didn't explain it earlier, but using the jetpack, it gives you a small boost of speed and then you start decelerating back to your max speed, so the optimal way to move around is to just be constantly boosting. There's another skip on this upcoming room. It's based on the cycle. Oh, I already messed it up. It's based on the cycles of these rolling, like green things. I don't know what to call them, because they are just green things.
That's racist.
You're racist. I'm a green thing myself. True. I can't be racist. So an interesting thing, whoopsie. An interesting thing about these anemones is that when you hit them, they'll start doing their attack. Normally they just do it when you get in aggro range, but we'll use that later on. And there's an extra life I'm going to snag over here, because marathon strats. This is Gigaputty the boss. You'll see why in a second. There. If you caught that for like a second as the face of Gigaputty, you know, that epic meme. So this is where shooting them comes into play, because I'm going to shoot up here and make him shoot his undead fish early so that they don't hit me. And in this like little train section, mashing speed is really important because you need to be able to kill these guys and still move fast at the same time. Oh, I almost jumped off. I'm good though. These spiders are really random, so we're gonna pray that we don't get hit, and there's a lot on the next part. I got hit. So I'm gonna have to get this heart from over here, and then we're gonna get a lot more coins on the next screen, because we lost heart jar and we need to farm it back up. So we got like 100 coins here or so, or 150. 125 actually, it was just on screen. I don't know why I was making up numbers. And that's going to be used to buy the heart jar later on, as well as get another health upgrade, because I'm kind of feeling I need 5 health this time. And coming up is like the quintessential hype moment of the run, because it's the clock boss. And basically we need to make 2 blind jumps onto the boss's neck, and one of them is like a platform that's about the third of the size of Kero himself. On top
if he
of
does
that,
it correctly.
Yeah, if I do it correctly,
exactly
that's a big
as
if.
it looks.
And the floor is lava, by the way, if it's not obvious.
Yeah, this is a really hype boss if it comes out.
Got it.
Nice.
Dude, nice. That is impressive every time.
Yeah, That is just barely possible. It's a miracle that that this thing even works.
I still only get this like 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
It's tough.
it really is, because there's so many little things that change based on how the clock is moving and stuff like that. Just like little dumb things you would never expect to matter. Like, if you're a little bit farther back on the neck, you can stay on his neck for a few extra frames before jumping off, stuff like that. It's just something you really gotta work at. That was cool. Thank you, that one guy, ET. And yeah, both of those jumps were onto platforms that were coming off screen, so I just had to do it by feel. I had no visual cue. This is just a few simple enemies coming up. And this guy appears, he throws a wrench at you. But if you kind of just go backwards and use the fire, you can kill the wrench before it hits you a second time. Now these are all enemies that came from later on in the game, but for some reason they didn't scale their health appropriately, so the quad will just like tear through all of them very easily. And we have one more bird screen coming up where you have to just moonwalk away from them, or in this case like moon jetpack, because we're going to be spamming jetpack like this. Alright, that was a perfect screen. I got the plant jump, but I am going to kill these guys for their coins.
That's brutal.
Yeah. I don't have enough. I need 540. There we go. I'm getting extra hard for marathon safety.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, considering the last boss is disproportionately harder from everything else in the game. And that goes for the speedrun as well as casual play.
That boss. Oh man, that boss.
Frog bag. OS frog. So we got our dapper again, but we're gonna lose it. Not this screen, but one screen from now. And this is more just like memorizing the enemy patterns and dodging them appropriately. This is the single hardest screen in the game. And I handled that pretty well. Ideally you only want to take one hit, but I got that extra safety heart, so it's okay. It's our old friend Mr. Pinkbat. Goodbye, Mr. Pinkbat. He tries to summon his friends, but we don't let him because we're bullies. And you can kind of clip through that staircase like that. It saves a little bit of time, but it looks kind of cool because you just kind of bump through it. So this is the president now. She starts out with this epic shield, and then she has 420 health. Minus 420. Epic. So normally she has like a much longer after phase where she like rides around on her sky moped or something. And yeah.
Yeah, that was very well done.
But you can kill her fast. So on optimal strats. I'm actually going to kill myself to heal this last 2 HP, and it won't consume the heart jar.
If you happen to die and have to redo the fight without heart jar, you might as well just quit the run.
Yeah,
I
it's
basically
pretty
just
painful.
forfeit every time. Yeah.
Doing it with 4 hearts, which is the normal route, by the way, and no heart jar is is a pretty big feat. And most of the time doing it without the heart jar is just slow, because you have to play so much safer.
If he only had 1 hit, he didn't have to kill himself there though, because there is a hidden heart in the level. But
so everything about this boss is random. You'll see all his projectiles random. All these platforms random. Okay, so we just made him enrage. We didn't get. You can actually get a 4 round if you squeeze in enough damage, but it's really hard. And I go for it, but I only get it like half the time, maybe. There's the heart jar being used. I should be good for the last phase. Time.
very well done.
Thank you. So that's why you need the heart jar, because like just everything that the boss does, it's out to get you pretty much.
If it looks like there's a lot of shit on screen, it's because there's
there
a
is.
lot of shit on screen.
And on top he has those like little things at the very bottom that just constantly do damage for you, so it forces you to camp the platforms while he's throwing those error messages that are just gigantic. And on top of that, those eat your shots, so you cannot shoot through them. Did that guy just explode the matrix? Yes, I did.
What was that time?
30:51. It was 30:49 on my end, but whatever.
Neat.
Yeah, no, I think I missed a second because you just called time really quick.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
yeah, it happens like as time ends as soon as you land the final hit, so like in real time runs, I don't even hit the split on time because I have to reach over to my keyboard. So I just go back in the VOD and see like the exact frame where he dies. That's how I use it to time it. But yeah, that's Kero Blaster. If you guys want to see the cute little credits, that's cool. If not, I can, you know, get off.
I would like to see the credits.
Okay.
Exactly.
So the president is all healed up, and she gives us some sympathy flowers from our hard-fought fight with Missing No. Who, you know, cameo from Pokemon Red and Blue. He was also in Bashi. So he's moving up in the world of video games.
Yeah.
Or
math
moving
homework's
down,
pretty
depending on
hard
how you
to
look at it.
Basically just shoots a bunch of math problems at you and it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cute music.
Real talk though, I actually very, very much enjoy this game.
I do too. I think it's a great game.
Well, thank you so much for the great runs, Draculantern. Up next, we have Zach SK, who's gonna be speedrunning Give Up Robot.
Cool. Yeah, really good run, man.
Yeah.